I can actually just pull this out now. Should be able to pull it out. I finally have this steering wheel script down, and I thought it was gonna be easy. All right, there it is. Oh, it's vibrating, saying don't turn.
Perfect.
If you're new here, welcome to the AutoLess YouTube channel. If you're already an AutoLess family member, thank you. And what's swinging, gang? So today, we're back in the lovely Olivia, but she also has a couple of bugs that I've been meaning to fix for a very, very long time. And I've been pushing it to the side, well, mainly because I didn't know the cause of the little bug she had, but I do now. So let me tell you why you should leave your steering wheel the hell alone unless you're ready to spend some serious money, you know, or you can do it the way I'm doing it, which is cost effective versus going to the dealer or buying a gently used one, but it's still expensive in my opinion. Okay, so this is pretty much a BMW M steering wheel. It is a BMW real M steering wheel, not an M Sport. Even though Olivia is a M Sport car, this is a real M steering wheel. As you see, the M1 and the M2. I mean, it looks very good in this car, honestly. You know, I wanted something more updated because this is a LCI, and the LCI never came with the updated steering wheel for the F01 and the F02. Who knows why? Ask BMW of Germany. But this is the problem I'm having. You know, on the video that I released of this steering wheel, I showed you guys where you can get it for a great price, airbag and all of that stuff, dirt cheap, versus a used steering wheel on eBay for around $1,000 for a used one. You know, but the problem is when you buy this steering wheel, it doesn't come with everything the steering wheel is supposed to come with, like the vibration motor, the little module that goes here, and things like that. So I'm gonna tell you the problems I was having and how I figured out why I'm having problems. And it didn't happen right off back, so it kind of threw me for a loop. But let me get out and show you. All right, if you don't know what this is the pretty much lane keep assist sensor and blind spot monitoring sensor. I'm almost certain that both of them are controlled by the same sensor, but the problem I'm having is it doesn't work. My park assist doesn't work, the lane keep assist doesn't work, and the blind spot monitoring doesn't work. And it all happened about a month after I upgraded my steering wheel. So I'm like, I mean, you wouldn't think it had anything to do with the steering wheel if it didn't start wigging out till a month later or around a month later, but it definitely does. So I bought new sensors. I bought a used sensor. I mean, a brand new sensor is about $300 for a new one of these. And when that didn't work, I sent it back. And you know, this was the used one I bought from a salvage vehicle. And I thought that this one was damaged or didn't work or DOA, but I'm thinking it works now that I know the problem. So the problem is, if your steering wheel doesn't have the vibration motor and the controller box to control the vibration motor, then the entire system, which is the safety systems, isn't gonna work. If one component isn't being read by the computer, it's not gonna work. So when I turn on lane keep assist or something and the radars see something on the side of the car or in my blind spot, or I change lanes or roll across the lane and it wants to send me the feedback through the vibro motor in the steering wheel, it can't do it because it's not there. You know, and I didn't think that would make it stop working, but it actually does. So instead of buying all of these components used, because you need 3 different components, I think, but I'll be sure when I get the steering wheel back out. The wire harness for the controller box itself, and the vibro motor. And I know you're probably asking yourself, why didn't you just use those components out of your factory steering wheel? Because they're not the same. The vibro motor on my factory steering wheel is about this big. The one that comes in the newer steering wheel is about half that size, and it sits down in one of the spokes at the bottom of the steering wheel, so you can't use it. Everything is totally different besides, except the plugs that go into the clock spring, you know, so you'll be able to use those. So instead of ordering a motor, which is about $150 used for the vibro motor, the controller box is about $100 plus used, and the wire harness is about, I think, about 50 bucks used. No, I think it was about $100 too for the wire harness. I mean, it's about $300 and something used for all the components, you know. And I got a better way out of everything, and I think I'm still gonna come out cheaper, definitely cheaper than buying this steering wheel from BMW, because it doesn't come with all of the components. And if you find this steering wheel on eBay, they're upwards of $1,000 to $1,100 for good condition remanufactured ones or reconditioned ones. I mean, it's extremely hot. I mean, it's summertime, and even though we have good cloud cover today, it's still very hot. But let me show you the steering wheel I found on eBay. It was a crazy deal. So this is the steering wheel I found, you know, and I think I got the steering wheel for $270, and that's with shipping, tax, and everything, you know. So I'm still with both steering wheels, I'm around $600, a little bit over $600. That's still a lot cheaper than $1,100 to $1,200. I'd rather spend $600. So open that up, and there it is. So as you can see, this isn't the best. This steering wheel isn't in the best shape, but it does have all the interior components I need. As you can see, the wire harness is here. I'm not sure if I have the controller box, which is here. I'm not sure if I have that wire harness in my steering wheel or not for that harness, because it's been so long. And the vibro motor is here. I'm going to take this off so you can see exactly what the vibro motor looks like. Okay, with this cover off of the steering wheel, it's 3 bolts, 1 on the back and 2 on the front, or screws, however, whatever you want to call them. And now you have this. This is the vibration motor here. Well, that is actually the counterweight, and as you can see, it's very offset. Like, I just touched it and it shot around because the weight is meant to shake the steering wheel. And it comes with this little piece of foam here that I guess blocks out any sound from entering the cabin. Let me move this wire. It's a little wire here that sits on top of the foam, and boom, that little piece of foam comes out. And this little piece of foam here is 25 bucks, so that would have added more cost to buying the pieces separately. And this is the little vibration motor, and as you can see, it's connected to the controller here, and then this wire here plugs into the clock spring, and this wire here is for I think the controls, or that might be part of this controller as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my steering wheel out, open it up, put them side by side, and we're gonna move over everything that we can. Hopefully everything fits. We're gonna move everything over, and then we'll go from there to see if everything actually works. Okay, so I pretty much have the steering wheel off. The bolt is out, the bag is down, and this is pretty much how it goes. This plug here goes here at the top. The controls plug goes here, and that little controller box I'm missing, that goes here. And I'm also missing the vibration motor. That plug goes there, which I never had. And I don't have the wire harness either, so that's good. So I can actually just pull this out now. Should be able to pull it out, gently wiggle it, doing this with one hand, so it's not easy. And boom, it's off, and that's the actual clock spring there. And it's a little pin there on the bottom so you don't put this back on the wrong way. And you could actually see the little indent there as well where it goes in, so you're not putting it on the wrong way. Okay, as you can see here, these steering wheels are extremely similar, and the reason why they're extremely similar is because they are literally the same exact steering wheel. The only thing different is this and the M stitching. The M stitching will give it a totally different part number, but if this wheel, minus the electronics and everything, didn't have the M stitching, it would have the same exact part number as this one. But oh yeah, and the paddle shifters are a little different also. These paddle shifters actually look a little nicer. They're a lot more visible. So I mean, I would wonder what a hybrid steering wheel will look like. You know, I swap those over, it'll look even nicer. So I might think about doing that another time, swapping these paddle shifters over. Well, these ones aren't in the best condition, but you know, I could paint them up, you know, to make them look a little better. But yeah, if it just had that, it'd be the same steering wheel. So let's get this off so we can transfer the guts over.
A few moments later.
Okay, I finally have this steering wheel scripted down, and I thought it was going to be easy, but boy was I wrong. So I thought I was only going to need this little box here, but come to find out, I wasn't. I had to take this other wire harness out because it doesn't have this little connection here on this wire harness. So now I have to take this wire harness out and put this one in. And man, this motor is hell getting out, because as you can see, it goes under and locks in under this little post there. So and the only way to get it out is to take the horn spring all the way out, the bolt side of the horn spring, to take that out. And then once you, before you can do that, you have to take this little lock-in clip that locks the motor to this spoke, and that's hell getting out because it's no room to get into this locking side. This side is easy, of course, all of this room, but that side, definitely not. And like I said, it's already extremely humid here in Florida. It's summertime in Florida, so even with the cloud cover, it's extremely humid. It's like a rainforest in here. So and outside, I think it's even worse outside. So now I have to strip this one down and gently swap everything over. Swap this stuff over surgically. As you can see, it's only a couple components. So anybody can do this. If you have the smallest amount of automotive or tech experience, you can swap this over. It's not hard at all. You just want to be careful because these little clips and pigtails will break, especially the ones that are one wire. Like this guy's one wire, so you're pulling on it. Make sure you don't pull that wire out. And we have the new one filled up with the controller box, the motor, the foam, and the wire harness, and everything fit perfectly. Of course it would, so but if you haven't noticed, the foam looks totally different because that foam used to fill in this entire void here. Even in here, I had to cut it apart to get it to fit because I thought the foam was the same, but it'd be impossible because it has this rib here. So I had to look up since they were built off the same piece, I had to look up what it looked like, and it was just this small little piece of foam that covers the motor, so what I did was I just cut that in the same shape, and as you can see on this side, it fits perfectly. Even the part that holds the little wire, you see the foam holding the wire there, and I just sawed it in half, kept sawing it up until it fit perfectly. And that's exactly how this little piece fits. So I'm not gonna buy this because it says it's $8 here, but that's in Germany. On eBay, brand new, they're like $25. So I'm not spending that, and I actually did it on my own. So now we can do it in reverse fashion, install the steering wheel, and with fingers crossed, hope all of my safety systems work correctly. So let's get it installed. So I got the steering wheel back in, and good thing is it's no airbag lights or anything crazy on the dashboard. That's perfect. So it's two things we have to test, and I'm gonna show you here. these two things are, when I put the blind spot monitoring on, usually it's on now. It says it's on. Usually I can let it sit on for a couple of seconds and it'll turn off. And if the sensors detect anybody, it'll definitely turn off and say malfunction. You know, and I'm gonna test the lane keep assist as well. And I'm gonna turn that on. And as you can see, it says I need to be going a certain mile per hour for that to work, and I have to be in the lanes. So I want to make sure that all of those stay lit up, well, which the frontal crash warning always work, but I want to make sure that these two, let me focus this camera. I want to make sure that these two stay lit, and I want to make sure that the vibro motor and the steering wheel vibrates without making noise or vibrates at all. So yeah, let's leave here and take her on a little road trip and see what happens. All right, you can see that the lane keep assist turns green. That's a good sign, meaning that it's working. Hold the camera back some so you guys can get a good look. Well, I can see if the lane keep assist work as well. I can do that now. So it's on cruise control and it's in lane keep. So I'm gonna go outside the lane and see if the wheel vibrates. Oh yeah, it's definitely vibrating. So it's working because the lane keep assist is definitely keeping me in the lane. Okay, so that works. I can turn that off. Okay, that's good. Now for the blind spot monitoring. All right, there it is. Oh, it's vibrating, saying don't turn. Okay, all right. It's working and it's staying on. Usually when it detects a vehicle, it turns off. So that's great. That means everything works. You know, the vibrate, all my security and safety systems, well, not security, well, it keeps me safe and secure. So yeah, so all of the safety and security systems are working perfectly. And I'm very happy about that, because I always, you know, I love using my blind spot monitoring software on this car. You know, man, it's a hedge up here and you can barely see. So you can barely see the cars coming from behind it. So I hate stuff like this. But I love using my blind spot monitoring because, you know, you never know. I mean, with a car this long, this is the LI, so it's the extended wheelbase. You can't see, even when you turn around, you can't see anything back in that C-pillar. The car is way too long. You'll be better off looking out the back window, you know. So I'm very, very excited, man. If you guys ever did a upgraded steering wheel, you know, to the newer M Sport or M steering wheels, and your stuff doesn't move over, man, go on eBay and buy one of those cheap, you know, damn how it looks, you know, get one that's falling apart, barely holding together, you know, because that's what they base it off. They base it off the condition of the leather. So I look for one with the worst leather possible. And even if you did want to keep it, they have M and regular leather wrap kits where you can just stitch it back on with the leather wrap and stuff like that, and the wheel looks brand new, you know. So man, I'm very happy. That's just another, you know, nail out of the coffin for Olivia coming back to life, you know, from what all she been through, you know. So I'm very, very happy with that. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking about Sasha too, talking about what's the Sasha update. Man, I got some crazy update with Sasha, man, you know, and it is crazy. I don't even want to tell you about that. I want to leave that for its own video. So like, share, and subscribe, and Auto Lust out.